show me how that's going to work out. Because I've got a lot of questions, a lot of doubts about the way that they've been playing so far here at the tournament.
And we heard it from Device in the pre-match interview that, you know, big strategic team, they're going to need those strategies to pay off here because on an individual level, Astralis, in like the top 6 performers in the tournament so far, 3 of them are on Astralis. Device, Dupree, and Magisk, they're just banging heads off left and right. So you need to have the strategies here for Big to make up for that difference in firepower.
Oh, Sip getting naded and nearly hunted down. That grenade, I mean, that could have slowed him enough that maybe he would have had to have fallen back. But if they have the top 3, then how do they lose to Nip twice, though? I mean, like, that's the... Well, not twice yet, but at least
you predicted Astralis to win later.
I did. I should switch it now. I should be that guy. But yeah, oh, here we go. Sip trying another nade, and it will catch him for a second time. That is very cool. And they get the bomb plant behind it. This is looking so good at the moment. They're also immediately looking for a flank. They want to make sure that Astralis are not sneaking up behind them. So that's super heads up. I love that from, I think, Tizian down there. Really smart, because once they know that no one is flanking, they'll know what the rest of that retake is coming from, and they don't have to worry about anything else. They can put all of their focus into this. Magisk sneaking up near the corner. Flashed in, though. Not just waiting for it, and it took a long time, and it's Dupree instead. Continuing a 3rd headshot. Oh, no! Shutting down Keto right behind, a quad kill, and the defuse is in. That's going to be Device stealing the ace at the end, but Dupree, he wanted to win that round, and so he did.
There's the start, and it couldn't have played out more perfectly, Anders, with the narrative we were building going into this. Big with the tactic. They put a nade onto Zipnix at the beginning on ramp. They hunt him down with another nade at the end. They predict it. It's all part of the plan. Each step along the way, they get the bomb plant. Then they just have to hit the headshots. Guess who's got the headshots? Guess who's got the firepower? Astralis roll in, and it's Dupree like a wrecking ball, just taking all their heads off.
I can't. You can even tell, I think Sonic looked like he was in disbelief himself. He's like, what? What is going on?
That is, that's actually going to be really painful for Big, but it's the first pistol round. And the funny thing is that last time these two teams played as well, Astralis were winning pistols, and still it was so close. And so Big, they should just shake it off. Fine, fair enough. We go straight to the rifles, and let's still take this fight.
Yeah, putting the pressure on, getting that bomb plant, and getting the extra cash. They want to go for it. Tizian is right on the other side here. So we'll see. That could be an interesting battle. M4, though, is a little bit trickier than if it would have been Glaive there. Oh, he walks right into the headshot. I think he was actually flashed in or had set up something there, but doesn't really work out. Over at the A ramp, it'll be the other 4 players. And that's becoming more and more readable. That grenade again, right on Sip. And then Tags coming through. He's so low on health right now. See if he can find a way to be relevant in the round.
They've got his number, don't they?
Yeah, they figured that out really well. I mean, there's not that many players to stay on the A-bomb site, so I guess it sort of makes sense, but it's a really valuable grenade. Straight for the bomb plant. No smokes or anything to help them out. They just don't have them because of the economy. So, again, a bomb plant. But I would say retaking the A sites, it's pretty trivial at this high level of play. So, Big still have a lot of work ahead of them. Deep Molotov, and that's going to force Citizen out into that fight. Just one little grenade making a big difference. Oh, and wallbang down. Santaris drops. That is a really critical shot there. Keto, though, doing his best to stop the defuse. There's less than a second. Oh! And he just cuts the wire. He basically cut the wire, and then he just got shot in the face. Shot in that round. They just want to keep the pressure on. They've got 2 AKs, a Galil, and a Scout, and a Deagle on the Big side. So I don't really mind it. I mean, I think, you know, again, we talked about this before, but if you end up respecting Astralis way too much and you just give them, you know, a lot of space,
yes,
that's a problem, right? Like, you have to, in the back of your mind, pretend slightly that you're just playing any other team and that it's going to be fine. So I kind of like this one Big, although there is a point at which you obviously have to stop buying and have to respect the economic side of the game a little bit more.
You have to be very careful, but here already the fight starts, and this is trademark Astralis. They love to fight ramp. They love to go crashing into you here and take this part of the map away. It's so essential to get ramp control for Big Clan going up towards that A site. So this area of the map, we're going to see a lot of action happen here. And Astralis, time and time again, they show that they're not afraid to take that fight early, and they will just go right at you. Searson, though, going to find a kill on Magus to kick it off.
That's huge, and that's actually as he was kind of falling back from that position, which is... yeah, that's very interesting. I think you're absolutely right, though. Historically, that is something that Astralis have been very much into. Let's see what they got. They got no HEs and no Molotovs for that corner where Sip is, and that is... I mean, that's a kind of a must-have for taking this A ramp, because otherwise you have to go and check it manually, and that just won't be easy. And if you don't check it, I mean, you just might lose everything. Glaive flashed in along with Sip, but they're a little bit further up. They will win the fight anyway, or at least trade it. Glaive goes down, but it's still a 3-on-3, and Dupree's going to call it in now. They're on the side. Oh, but they lined up for him. He's done so much damage already, and he could have done more, except for Keto shooting him in the head. Now it's down to Searson. 15 seconds on the clock in a 1 versus 2. And, well, he's picked up a Galil. I mean, I'm glad if you're the scout. That probably is helpful, but planting the bomb, he can't get out from behind the boxes. He wins the one fight. Surely can't win the next one. He is low on health. He needs an instant headshot here on Device, who does have head armor, so it might not be that easy. And Device, he's right there in front of him. No kit, but I don't think it's going to matter, and Device will just crouch right into the fight. Again, Astralis only barely make it out of this round, but it's 3 in a row.
That was a little scary. It's happening anyway. I'm still going to get headshots.
Is that just even... That's going to be even more annoying, right? So, like, we're playing the way that we normally play, and we just don't even care that you know.
That's not going to beat you.
Oh, man. Well, they get the kill anyway, and Magisk. I was going to say even the first shot there could have been it. And I guess that is maybe the one thing you would say about that early kill from Device, is that he had no idea that there were 2 more people behind, right? So he had a kill, which is amazing, but he didn't have an exact count on how many people actually showed up. Glaive again pushing down to the bottom of the A ramp, which is such an important part of the map here, this entire ramp. And things going to come right for him, so now they're just winning consecutive fights in a 3-on-4 now. 40 seconds, plenty of time to get up to the A-bomb site. It's just a couple of steps away. Sip, though, 1 headshot with the AUG, and they still have to find a way to challenge him. And the AUG is a pretty good way to do that, especially when they don't have the nades for it. So, yep, baiting him into it, and Santaris will take him down. Good shot. And Device and Dupree, I mean, they don't have the money at all. They haven't had any money, Astralis, throughout all of this. They've sort of barely been holding it together, so you could make a strong argument that it's not worth it. Even if you don't want to let Big back in this early on, I don't think it makes sense to try and retake this. You have a smoke and a kit, maybe you could try and go for it, but it's really high risk.
Thinking they got to make that hero play happen, and with the smoke over the top, they could try and sneak a defuse in.
Oh, no. That was meant to land further down. When it stays on the box, he can't obviously sit inside it and defuse, so a little bit of a problem there.
Surprised at Dupree not winning that crouch fight there. He would have had the angle first. He would have been able to see him ever so slightly earlier. Would have given him a little bit of an edge, but it's going to be Big Clan getting on the board. And Astralis, well, Device is firing on all cylinders. He's hit the ground run, and Dupree is right up there with him. 6 kills for Dupree, 4 for Device in the first 4 rounds. But this is going to be a weird sort of scenario where Astralis, they could just go for the force buy. And it's looking like they are just going to go for the force.
Ooh, I don't know about that, though.
Did Device and Dupree, they probably realize, regardless, at the end of that round where there's like, we have no money in the bank. If we save these guns, we save these guns, or we try and make the play because we're going to be forcing up in the next round anyway. And it's looking like that's the call here for Astralis.
Yeah, maybe that is the situation. If you're going to be double ecoing anyway, maybe you don't want to be in that scenario. Good look from Big. I mean, this is fun, right? They keep forcing, even though they lose the first 3 rounds. They just keep the pressure on, and that can backfire if it doesn't work. But now that it does work, well, it all makes sense, and you can sort of see the logic of it. So I'm happy to see them be persistent and trust their own instinct to like, that validates the earlier buys. Whereas if eventually they fold and have to save fully, that kind of puts a little bit of a question mark around that whole process. So nice shot from Santaris. So far, the Deagles have all been wiped out. And there's another one. So it's down to Glaive with the A-cave. He is going to be on the spot and instantly taken down. That's some quick work coming out of Santaris. 3 kills in this round.
Was there to dodge it. They, in fact, pick into it. So it does make you think that Astralis were kind of leaving it out there, hoping that Big would pick it. And this is just anti-eco frags.
Yeah.
Good job here on Big keeping their cool and getting ready for Astralis to go aggressive. But it's not like this was an evident pick either to go into for Big, because it's not like Astralis are losing much to it. They only lost to Big and Vitality on it in the last 3 months. Otherwise, it's just been nothing but green for Astralis on this map. G2, Evil Geniuses, wins over them, wins over mousesports. I mean, it's not like they were pushovers either.
No, definitely not.
Well, Evil Geniuses maybe, but
sometimes definitely.
I'm so sad.
I think this is a slightly trickier match to predict than maybe it looked from the outside. I mean, I still stand by what I've been predicting with Astralis and everything else, but I will say that the big that I've been seeing the last couple of days has not been the big that I know can exist. I mean, that's also one of the reasons why I sort of picked Astralis, but if this is a more focused and just a more consistent version, do you do that? Do we have the physics for it? If not, Valve should fix that right away.
Yeah, then it's going to be one of those threads on Reddit where people can't play the game. Game is literally unplayable.
Tabson goes down, but what a fantastic double nade onto Dupree. Astralis getting a taste of their own medicine for once. And Big is a team that is, I'm just incredibly nerdy when it comes to the nades, in the best possible sense. I love it.
And with Zipnik's making the adjustments, he's already figured out that perhaps he needs to be changing it up in terms of where he's standing to not be too predictable, not let Big just get those kills for free. And he wins out against Tabson, which is no joke. Tabson has been a solid performer for Big so far this tournament. Actually second rated individually for Big this tournament behind Searsome.
Oh! Okay. Him holding that all along, and yeah, they knew Magus was going to be there. I mean, the timing for Sip is unreal, but he heard the smoke and he's like, I've got to move, because credit to Sip, if he doesn't move, that's the same as just telling Magus, you're on your own. So he has to try and do something to reposition himself to get in there and help Magus, and yeah, he got shut down. Bomb is planted, and well, they're actually jumping over the smoke, and that gives it away. That's very dangerous. Now it's back into a 2-on-3, and they're spraying through, but that bomb is still only just planted. I mean, there's a little bit of time here. Dupree sneaking up behind. He hasn't seen it yet, and they're going to be falling back. They don't have a kit picked up either, so that probably explains it. They decide to go for the run instead, and Big will pick up the round and make it 4-3. And the Astralis economy is still completely busted from earlier. So this is real interesting. And look at the money on Big. They actually have so much.
They have so much money. It's actually ridiculous. But I mean, they had back-to-back rounds where all 5 players survived. So I mean, that definitely goes a long way towards making you wealthy. That's a sick nade over the top.
I appreciate that they have their names in front of them, like you said earlier. It's weird. It also helps if they forget,
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Who am I again? That's not important. Just click heads. But the existential angst.
Someone calls it out like, Tabson, you're going over here. He looks up. Oh, that's me.
Got it.
That's right. I can do it. Oh,
ooh, a nice shot.
Yeah, lucky to be alive.
A little bit
did not have any head. Oh, yeah, he had no head armor, so that's why you had that meaty sound.
It's a little bit too predictable with that flash over the top. Big. They're gonna know something's up. Oh, but seriously, getting wallbanged?
Oh, there are some spots on this map you can wallbang that I guarantee you nobody knows about. Just this map is not explored enough. Let's put it like that.
That is just your calling card, isn't it, Andrew?
Oh yeah, I spent maybe 5 or 6 hours on this one like a couple of weeks ago, just shooting at the walls. So fun evening. Oh, Keto. That's not bad. You kind of almost found a little bit of a kill there. And 4-on-5, and they're up against an M4 and an AWP and then some Deagles. So this is the kind of round, right? If you're Big and you're planning to take down Astralis in a best of 3, these are the rounds you have to win. Because if you start giving these rounds back to Astralis, they're just being let into the game earlier than really they should be. So you have to make this work. It's actually really important. Device. He's smoked off for the minute, and yeah, why not? Again, no kits being wielded here by Astralis. Nice shot on Magus, and some damage to follow up, and the bomb is going to be planted. And now for Astralis, once again, because of the lack of just of a kit here and the weapons, might not want to throw away that AWP on the M4. Maybe the Deagles try and see if they can find some kills, but yeah, they're already backing out with the rest of the... Oh, that's not a bad shot. Still, I don't think the defuse is going to be possible. The AK, even if they could get it away, that's Device dropping, so fall back and pick that up. This should be about saving more weapons, and they get baited by the early success.
So confusing. Dupree is trying to get over here. He can get the op.
Yeah, well, that's something, even if they want to go B. Yeah. Because otherwise you're just sending a message that we're going B,
Well, it's like Banana on Inferno, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Like that's very much the case. So, like you have to. I mean, unless you really want to go really quick B, but I'm not sure how you do that. I mean, I'm sure it can be done. I'm sure teams have done it, but it's definitely high risk.
Well, here you have Zipnik's rotating off. He's rotating off A towards B right now, and this could be because we haven't seen any. We haven't had any presence here from Big in ramp.
That's exactly right. They've checked that A ramp. They've said, well, no one's here. We're just going to gravitate back to mid and the B bomb side, because why would you not do that? So let's see if Big have a good answer. I mean, right now they're coming up with some creative boosts, which I think is really cool. I mean, this could be one way to do it. Hang around, try and find, you know, a kill instead. That's all fine. But the problem is, again, if they want to go back to the A ramp now, they've got a lot of work to do in checking everything. I mean, they could, if you don't know what's happening on the ramp, for all you know, they're sneaking up behind you on A. Like, there's a lot to worry about. And now they're grouping outside of B. So maybe this works for Big, but I don't like it.
Zipnix is here. So it's not just Dupree. He's actually got company. He's not feeling so lonesome. And he's got the AWP as well, so he's ready for a shot here. That's just baiting him in. Because now it's actually just enticing Big Clan. Oh, Big with 30 seconds?
Yeah. I think this round has got a little bit out of control for them. I think they were hoping for a kill in the middle, and then when they didn't really get one, I'm not sure if there was a plan B. 20 seconds on the clock, and I think they've lost slight control. They can still make it, but now we are talking lightning fast. There's an... Oh, Divisive falls off the angle. Maybe just, I mean, 1 second before they turned into it. Sip is down here. 8 seconds. Getting a kill. That could have been enough. Oh, the bomb! He was trying to just throw it in there. That is wild. You have to get onto the bomb side. You can't just punch in the numbers and throw it in there. It's not a football.
Oh, nice save from Glaive. He gets the op. That's what you're wondering, if he's going to be able to save that second AWP so you can make this happen again. That is sick. And yeah, that is just, I mean, Big clearly hit a roadblock there that they were not expecting. It looked like they were unsure whether they wanted to get back to A, but then you have so little map control over towards A. You have nothing, and you've got 30 seconds left. You have no map development towards A. You're going to have to waste so much time worrying. You might as well go to B at that point.
And it's actually kind of strange because the roadblock they hit was like, we didn't get any kills. Like, was that not, did no one have that discussion? Like, hey, go mid and get a kill. Yeah, sure, boss. What if we don't? Well, then we just give up. Centaurus will get Glaive, so that was a very good fight. Device to take down Tizian, though. Will at least bring it back into a 4-on-4. But again, Big fighting to try and you know, do some work here over at the A ramp, which, again, is probably necessary. Dupree's really far up on B, so they've got everyone else over at A, and also because they got the kill in the middle. So I think it's just good movement, good defensive movement right now for Astralis. It makes sense. They're going to get the kill. Oh, and he just continues. Sip! Can't quite get the triple, but job well done, I'd say.
Thinking about it, yeah. HE over the top. Keto gets chunked. And yeah, right now, Astralis, it feels like they're starting to hit a little bit of their stride, bit of the comfort zone. Still absolutely possible for Big to win this round. However, Searson, always a threat with that AWP. He catches you blink and you're going to go down.
And look at this. Is such an interesting move. They've actually brought Dupree over, and there's 50 seconds, so I mean, Big can easily, you know, go through lower and just go for it. So I think they're saying, even if it's B, we would rather retake that 3 versus 2 than we would have Dupree fight on his own. So... Bomb is down, though, and not quite in the default position, so that's a bit interesting. Deep Molotov, that's mega important. Nice shot out of Sizz, and this can actually work out for Big. Even if they had not that much of a chance to win it here, they still could. And they have another Molotov on Keto. There is a smoke, and it has to go on top of the bomb, which, yep, it just did. Otherwise, they could have straight Molotov that plant. And now, Device walking into the shot. Searson coming alive. Big double kill here, and Dupree has the back on out. That back on Astralis yet again. I mean, I guess that's fair play. They do have some stuff to work with here. But right now, they're really suffering under that economy. That is one of the big stories here in the first 10 rounds, is Astralis kind of only just hanging in here. I'm really impressed by Big. I know I was being critical earlier, and I had my reasons from watching them play the last couple of days. But right now, I think they're putting on really solid Counter-Strike. They look really focused, and it's really fun to see. So more power to this. Is the kind of Big that has to show up to beat Astralis, and they are right now. So I think we've got a real cool game on our hands right now.
What a cool rap. What a cool rap from Megas and Zipnix right now. They have to make a play. They know that they didn't really get the call correct. Device was holding mid, which is something that they do, except that nobody was there for Big Clan. They have to commit to this rap.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're right. They had to make a play because now they're getting trapped instead. I can't believe they are even trading this far. Megas nearly getting another kill. They should have probably been dead without maybe getting more than one kill there. So it's kind of a good job. But I think your initial point was probably the way to go. Once you're there, you either push forward to try and fight them with the help of some flashbangs from a teammate, or you have to fall back. But standing around there, it's so easy to get sniped. Just like Searson was. Put to sleep up against the steel structure of the building. Tabson and Tizian, 2 versus 2 now. Bomb now being tabbed, but nice spray coming through, and that's not going to be a defuse. It will afterwards. dupreeh with a kit, taking the shot right through the smoke, and it'll be a 5th round for Astralis. Cool though. I mean, you mentioned earlier Device in middle when he was fighting.
Doing it again.
Yeah, putting in some bullets out there, but got to be careful that boost over. I mean, we've seen that before. Could see it again. Oh, wow. That looked like it was dead on. I guess the sandbags ate that bullet. Now... Sip, yeah.
Careful, lads.
Swap that out. But it's cool to see Device being so mobile, right? He's all over the place. And Tizian trying to wallbang, which you can do from that position. Doesn't do an enormous amount of damage, but it could be real annoying. They have plenty of grenades to push Sip out of there, but he has a smoke, so...
I love this from Device, though. Because now he can just sit and hold this angle, and this is... giving dupreeh just a little bit of room to work with. Flash over the top. Device with the spot. He hears the footsteps. Can he make it back around in time? Yes, he can.
Yeah, that might actually... I mean, that in itself might be a bit of an indication that it's coming B. And even if dupreeh knew, it won't save him from Santaris. And Device should have had that kill in middle. Now, because he didn't get it, he probably could have rotated back to about dupreeh immediately. But that was a little bit of a mistake. Now, it could be a B retake if they want to go for it. They have a smoke, but no kit in play at the moment. I don't know if dupreeh had one, but this is going to be very, very tricky no matter what. So we'll see if Astralis are up for it. If they lose it, there'll be all the rifles. They won't have the money, and Big will just be off flying yet again. Device with a shot on Santaris, and Glaive, he's going to tap the bomb. But again, 10-second defuse. That's not really going to do much for them at the moment. Nice shot, but Tizian is still down there, and that bomb is not being defused yet. They're trying. They picked up a kit. It's still happening. 2 seconds, but Tizian winning the 1 versus 2 at the end. And Astralis, no rifles saved. Back to Deagles, trying to push into middle. Going to trade favorably, and the bomb is there, but I still think they're going to be fine here. They should be able to fight their way back. Yeah, Tizian with 2. Keto, yeah, pushing out behind. I think this is... It's definitely a little bit of a shock, but I think ultimately they'll be all right. And Keto knows exactly where he is, so just going to...
In the mid. So it's like, as far as the aggression is concerned, they've put that kind of play in.
They're actually gravitating a lot towards mid and B. So that's kind of a call out of spawn. You know, and obviously if Big did go heavy mid and B again, yeah, that would be a really good call. But it means the A ramp is given up, and that is... I mean, again, I'm not trusting Astralis retakes on that A bomb side at all right now.
This isn't bait either, because they're pushing aggro mid right now. And, I mean, Tapson is working his way up ramp right now. He's going to run into Zipnik, who's playing very passive.
Did he just grenade himself?
I think so. I don't think that came from Zip, but Glaive is rotated over now.
That one did.
Man, there were so many...
No cone flipping, though.
Glaive and dupreeh both throwing HEs at B signals there's 2 players on B. Already that's going to be telling Big, huh, something's weird. And so you can see how careful Big are, but they're all 5 together. They're stacked up and ready to take a fight.
Here they are. Here come the counter grenades out of Astralis. They haven't really been doing a good job so far holding the site, so we'll see if the manpower is going to make a difference. Tabson goes down. A bit of a nade being attempted. Doesn't really land on anyone, so that's not it yet. Still 45 seconds, and they're kind of entrenched here, Big. They're not going to be falling back.
The Device flank. Look at this op flank. What is this?
It's good, but again, like they still need to hold on to the A site, because this could be scary. You'll see if he could find anyone. Oh, it's so close. I think he saw the gun fire from that barrel, and that'll be Santaris taken down. Now I think they've got all the chances in the world. This should definitely be an Astralis round, and with that kill, I think it's more or less cemented. Although dupreeh does go down, but how do they fall back? Device has actually given up on the flank. He said, all right, I've already made my move here. I don't want to stick around and get shut down, so he's just trying to relocate. Sip, a little bit of a fight, and he will take down Tizian at the end. Searson, he saved Big many, many rounds. Could he do it one more time? 1 versus 3, and he's not quite going to do it. He did get the first kill in it, but Glaive had the right scope there, and even without the kit, they'll be all right.
Again, if they get 9-6, though, Big, this is going to be very fun. It's a perfect first map to kick things off on here, Anders.
It is looking really good at the moment, and I think... I don't know. I think Astralis should be considering themselves a little bit lucky if they can get up to 7 rounds. I feel like Big have played a pretty determined game right now. Remember, they also did win the first 3 rounds, only barely. Ooh, Device trying that, the Molotov to block him in. That'll catch him with a wallbang. They threw everything at him, and it worked. So, it was worth it. Oh, Zip, yeah, trying to get that smoke up, but Tabson will just line him up, and take over that bomb site. Magus now and dupreeh 2 versus 4 for the retake. Even in a 3-on-3 retakes, they haven't been able to do a lot here, but all right, a little bit of a kill for free. That's always nice. And dupreeh will get tabsen. This is really uncharacteristic here. A smoke to be put on top of the bomb, and they do have a kit on either player, so it could be pretty quick here. Trying to go for it. He did spot him out, so they know where one of them is, but keto is sneaking up right in front. There's the tap and the flash in front. Keto, oh, a bullet to catch him, and no defuse happening any longer. dupreeh, I don't think he can find him. This is just so much time has already passed. It's going to be 9-6. 12-3 in favor of Big. I actually think that they're doing very well at the moment. So let's see if they can close this out and take the first map. That would be really, really awesome. So I'm excited for Big right now. Less excited because I obviously picked Astralis along with everyone else to win it. So let's just see what happens. Glaive will take down seule. A nice counter nade comes out though. And again, as you probably should be doing, they're fighting for this ramp control as long as they feel like they can.
So for whatever reason, Big are just struggling in pistol rounds against Astralis right now. And on this map in particular, last time they played, Astralis won both pistols, and it still went to double OT. Astralis absolutely need pistols. Without it, Big have the superior rifle rounds over them right now, and it's making it really close. And so Astralis, for them to stand a chance in the second half, they have to pull through on this pistol.
Oh, dupreeh with a kill. This is a huge play from Glaive. I'll explain in a second. dupreeh continues. He got a quad kill in the first half pistol, and now opening up this bomb site. But because Glaive stayed alive, just showing himself, they couldn't rotate from that A ramp. They had to stay there. Otherwise, they would have known. Now, device goes down, but dupreeh is here. Oh, tabsen. Lightning quick with that flick. And now, Meg is fighting out in the open. tabsen, real close to death. Glaive. Oh, there's a smoke there. I was going to say he has a Molotov. Is it going to be in time? That's a quick shot again. And tabsen will save the day, even though he's far away. I even wonder if it looked like that smoke even was going to be like a little bit off, like he almost threw it too far. But there will be 10 rounds on the Big side. 17th round here. Astralis, they got bomb plant. They're going to buy. Just like Big did, they want to put the pressure on early on, which I think makes a lot of sense. A couple of MP9s and an MP7 there on the Big side, so they're going to be having a hard time, maybe, against the A case. Isn't always true. Magus gets immediately dropped. And dupreeh could follow the same path. He's got no head armor either. That is always a problem. 45 seconds at the moment. They do have a pretty good stack. And I think Tizian is trying to sneak down behind them for a flank. So that could be really interesting. He's not that far away from it, actually. He's getting there. seule walking out. And a nice spin. Device takes him. Oh, and they catch the flank. Tizian... Man, he's going to be mad at the moment. They had all that set up. They had like 3 different chances right there, Big, to wipe out that attack. And I mean, it still could work because there's only 17 seconds. The bomb is committed to the site now. They can't run back. They don't have the time for it. And it's a 2-on-3, but everyone except dupreeh and keto is really low on health. And they think it's B. Oh, no.
The slow play for Astralis works out wonderfully.
Just baited by the time. They assumed, because they hadn't heard anything and they thought there was so little time left, they must have already run back with the bomb. Now, tabsen finding a good kill right there. That's pretty good. Now, dupreeh still hitting headshots. Good kill with the Eagle, and they'll find tabsen as well. Astralis steal back the second round after losing the pistol.
Big need to shake it off and focus on this one, and perfect. Tizian with the dig. 2 kills.
Oh, wow. And he's getting a chance to reload. He could have easily had a third right there. That's so expensive. And again, I don't know, where are the nades? Where is it like, they could have done way more than just dry peeking that. So that's kind of risky.
Doesn't make you think that Astralis are super dialed in on this map right now.
No, they do. I mean, they don't seem that way. And you know, that match against NIP, I think Astralis were definitely not playing like themselves. True. And NIP were playing a monster game. So I don't want to take anything away from them in saying that, but it didn't look like it was the best version of Astralis either. There are some needs to try and make things a bit easier. Santero's going to get caught, although I like the fact that he was trying to do that. And some more deagle shots coming in. tabsen catching Sip. Oh man, they have lost track of this round. Device could have nearly gone down right there. Everyone is low on health. I mean, everyone, I just mean Device, really. Since he's the only one that left. They're throwing grenades at him. He's not welcome. Astralis actually, I mean, again, forcing in this round. I don't know if it's determination or desperation, but it's working right now. And Meg is taking down seule. Now, this is working so beautifully. There's absolutely nothing that keto could do in that bomb site. He would have been dead no matter what. So, from from basically having that third round stolen away from you into winning this round, and especially in this fashion, Big's economy is going to be completely wrecked. It's a really big issue, and suddenly, I mean, it's going to be 8-11. They're really in trouble right now. They could let Astralis right back in the game. This is such a weird start to the second half.
Suddenly they find themselves in a similar position.
Man, I don't know. I don't know where that device shot came from, but once that happened, it was just all bets were off.
I think
possibly I think the team was picked for the hair. Like they just decided, let's just do that. Santaris taking a tiny bit of damage. But it's 8-11 right now, and we're in the 20th round. And the fact that they lost everything, and they actually, I mean, they don't use all of their money, but it is almost practically all of it here for Big. Buying some Deagles, buying some P250s, and trying to see if they could steal it back. It would be funny if they traded this as well. Keto lining up, that's a nice kill. Needs another headshot, and he needs one right now, because they're gonna isolate him here. He's got some backup, and actually a lot of it is coming in. Glaive takes him down, but the flash is in. Tizian, big double, and that was so well flashed. Device, though, he is just the rock, fighting back and trying to not lose this round. And it's 2-on-2. If they get the flank, there's Device with one more headshot. He's now working on a quad kill. Tabson, though, has to try and keep fighting. He gets the tag in. One shot on either play would pretty much do it, but it will be Device instead with a quad kill, just saving Astralis round after round.
They were hoping for the mid play. Looks like Searson was kind of hoping that there was going to be some kind of mid action. Instead, he's going to be racking it up for the B hit, but Dupree's already up.
Yep. Taking a fight. Hugely favored, obviously. And a couple of nades. They'll be all right. So 11-10 is going to be the scoreline. Astralis have probably the most money they've seen in this entire map so far. Because you get smoked out and just Molotoved out. It's hard to stay alive out here. Nice little nade on Civ will do some damage. Device gets blown up. That was a good follow-up. And that orb, he's holding to, he's just waiting for it. Tabson will take a kill. Searson will not fail him this time. And that means there's no way through here. They just got picked apart around this before they even got to do anything, which has been on my mind, you know, a fair bit. It's the cone from earlier, the cone flip sampler. We found it. Here we go. Boop. Ooh. Well done.
That is.
We've got different angles.
Multi replays.
Get out of here, NBA. We've got all the camera angles. This is the stuff.
Who needs source 2?
10 points. That's it. That's the new challenge.
Cone flip.
Yeah.
Send your clips to Anders.
All the kids are doing it. Megisk goes down to Searson. We were just calling him out, saying, yeah, Searson's not doing much, but now just getting a couple of kills. Glaive, that's some expert timing. Santaris was not expecting it, so good revenge. Back into a 4-on-4. Dupree over at B, trying to keep Keto honest and making sure that he can't push up to get the information, which is pretty important. And the rest of them, I don't know what they're doing yet. I don't think they know.
I think it's going to be the B hit here. Keto's going to be in for a bit of a rough time. He has to use his smoke already. There's an incendiary going down as well.
Yeah, throwing it all in there.
Wow. And Dupree's already through, and he's calling over to his teammates like, don't care about the smoke. Walk on through. Nobody's here. This is a huge opportunity for Astralis. They can eviscerate this defense. Keto.
I don't know, he threw the Molotov and just walked back, so that means they can get all the way onto the site to catch him out in the open. And, oh, that was not meant to be underhand, was it? It's fine, it's all good. No one's gonna care. No one barely noticed.
Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that, but what we...
Maybe there was some info from the A-bomb side that we don't know about, and, you know, and that's what happened. But if it was just his own choice, that seems like that was very, very dangerous. Oh, they have replays of his mistakes? That's petty, isn't it? I had a pretty strong feeling Big were gonna win this really quickly, and now I'm not so sure. Now I'm definitely not sure. That needed to be 100% a kill. Searson, we know how good he is with that AWP, but that can't happen. And now Tizian, he's got no idea that Megisk is up here. Could be a bit dangerous. The Molotov actually might force him into a fight. Oh, and Tizian making up for it. He did almost go down, but fair play. But I feel like Big have lost some kind of momentum. And again, they are playing on the CT side, so you're not dictating the pace the same way that you were on the T side. Tabson, yeah, that's a quick trade. But I think he did see the bomb. Must have. So Now it's a 3-on-3.
But they still have a minute on the clock, and guess who is still lurking over towards B? Guess who is still just chilling out, waiting, looking to do the same thing all over again. He's going to move his way forward. He sees that same smoke come through. Is he expecting the molly? Oh, I thought that he would be expecting the Molotov. This is big. Keto's going to be ready for him this time. dupreeh thought he was pulling a fast one on him, but he got a little bit too excited, missed that timing.
Yeah, there was some real chess going on. Nice spray from Keto taking down Device, but you're absolutely right. He definitely, he just, I think he heard dupreeh taking that step forward, and then he knew. And I mean, that was just good heads-up play from Keto. Nice triple. But I think the first one is the really critical one. That is
Big really needed in terms of firepower, because tactically, Big have been doing fantastically, but firepower, you knew that they were going to be lacking a little bit.
Oh, Tizian, he actually, well, Citizen to help him out. I was going to say he was so flashed, and still, they at least traded that. Keto falling back in, but dupreeh's already really far in. He has no idea. He should be dead, and there's the headshot. dupreeh is at it again. Just that aggressive push, and the timing is so good. He really wants it. The grenade could have almost blown that away from him. No, no, not the fire, dupreeh. He's right backing into it, and the orb, it made its escape. Hopefully there are no pedestrians down below, because that'll definitely hurt. Centaurus and Searson, 2 versus 3 now. And, I don't know. Searson is back at the A-bomb side, checking it out. Magus is making some noise over on that side. Device sneaking in. Not going to be quick, and that's the bomb. So, what a chaotic round. It's all over the place.
Ah, but Glaive.
Oh, he's just going to catch him, isn't he? Back to square one. Now it's Centaurus. He's got the health, and he's got the rifle, and he's got the bomb. So, eventually, they'll show up. They have to come to him. Can he find a spot to stand in where we can isolate the fights, right? He just doesn't want to fight them at the same time.
He's worried about Magus on the flank right now, and he has to be. This is all down to timing, Anders.
Yeah, it is. Magus is guarding him. He's hoping that it'll come. Look, ooh, there's the step! And what a shot from Magus. Lightning faster. What a round. I don't even want to... And Tizian is actually checking middle quite a bit. If they know that no one is mid and no one is outside of B, could be a strong defense here at the A-bomb side, but not for Searson. Getting wall-banged and shot in the face by Glaive.
And they're so patient. Look at this Astralis. You think they're going to commit? You think they're going to try and push up behind this? That's all Tabson and Centaurus are hoping for.
Tizian. They were just spotting for this. They were just looking for it. They're still looking for it, but Magus, he goes down. Tizian, yeah, make your escape. Not gonna survive in there. And Keto going down to dupreeh. That really has been the fight. That's the story of the second half, isn't it? dupreeh versus Keto. Deep grenades. Tizian is on the flank, but they must be paranoid about this already, Astralis. He is right behind them, though. Is anyone going to be looking? It doesn't maybe even matter. Centaurus with 2 massive shots. And Tizian taking down Sip. That was incredibly well timed. Actually, I was putting all of that on Tizian, but it turned out Centaurus had a lot to say. Just a quick fake there. Gonna get one more chance. They do have a smoke themselves, but no kid at the moment. I don't know if he can stay hidden long enough for the time in this round to make a difference. They're right there. And he's just going to be standing around, yeah? He's getting some info about where they're not. But at the end of the day, man, if you could find a nade on the ground somewhere here, that would be amazing. A little bit of a jump to try and take a peek. And Bomb's still got plenty of time left on it. Should it be a smoke going up? No, it's going to be all the way at the corner instead. Maybe a little bit questionable. That's an easy kill for Device. And now in front is Tabson and Device. He's going to swing for it, but Tabson takes him down. And now back on it. Where's the kit? There it is. Going to go pick it up, and I think he'll have just enough time. It's going to be surely down to the very last second. Maybe not. Oh! Half a second left. He did like a double take to find that kit if he had stumbled in. Deep breaths.
And this is a hard eco from Big, Anders. Hard eco.
Oh, hard eco and a kill. Magus. Now, that did spot everyone. So at least they can take the bomb site, but not without casualties, apparently. Keto is really doing a lot of work. And then dupreeh try and follow it up. Oh, nice shots. Big. Man, what a surprise. 1 kill in the middle. That's like a cool gimmick, but it's probably not going to win you the round. Now, instead, it's looking way more doable. Sip trying to fall back here. He's got the bomb, and I think he knows where both of them are. Tizian got a kill, and Centaurus, yeah, I think he knows. So he's just going to be trekking along the map. Can't be running, though.
Yeah, but if he's close enough here... No, Centaurus is going to start walking right before he would come in close enough. But this is actually an issue here for Big. I'm really surprised that they do this, that they split up, because what you should probably be doing right now if you're Big is using the buddy system, where if he comes B, you wreck him, and if not, you go into the retake on A. But now you've given a chance here for Xyp9x to have a series of 1v1s.
Yeah, but what an off angle for Centaurus. I mean, Sip is checking all of the usual stuff, but it's very hard. You know, he's going to walk right into the shot, and Centaurus will take him again. Though, keeping an eye on that A ramp, I still think is important. I like the fact that Season is doing it, and I think it's a, you know, calculated risk, let's call it. Mac 10 doesn't really do any damage. Hitting through the... I don't even know what that is.
Ooh, that does something though, Tabson.
The membrane? What is that called? On the scaffolding.
The sheet?
The sheet.
Sheet plastic?
There we go. Alright, well, Sip is down there. He's showing a presence, you know, keeping them honest on the A-ramp. That's good. Middle, Centaurus is caught out. That's a pretty good shot. Sip did go down, so now they feel probably more safe about that ramp. They're in the middle of the map, though. This is a little bit of what we were talking about earlier, that you can do on the T side. You can get in here and infiltrate that CT defense, and this could be dangerous. Tabson, he's going to be walking in, and he is toast immediately, and that leaves Searson alone on the A side. Oh, Tizian goes down. How could this be happening? They had nothing to work with. And now Kido. He's been a hero so many rounds out here. 15 seconds on the clock. He's going to get the one, but instant double kill at the end. Dupree and Glaive, and it's 14 to 15 defense. But I mean, 3 people here is standard. He doesn't really mean much of anything. You can easily get grenaded out. And that's going to be another problem, by the way. If the bomb goes down, Big will have no grenades with which to retake. They just won't have the smokes you can set up. It's a nice, well, one way is maybe selling it too much, but it's a nice smoke to shoot right under. It'll be very hard for the T side to see anything there. Citizen walking out. He will get spotted, and can they catch him? Oh, what? He wins the fight anyway. Shooting and running with the USP? That is absolutely outrageous. I can't believe that happened. Now, he does only have a scout, so even pushing up was a little bit risky. Now they're down to 30 seconds, and they're pretty much committed to this, I think. A shot comes through. It's Tabson with the M4. And Mega Scout here spraying, and he goes down. It almost worked, but not quite. 16 to 14, and Big end up taking down Astralis on the first map on Vertigo. And that itself, I think, is definitely something they should be celebrated for. What a rough game. And I think, again, Astralis